People, I saw Doctor Sleep early viewing thanks to Fandango, and I have my spoiler-free review. So please stay tuned and see what I thought of the movie. Como estás, mi gente? That guy Ralph, new video time. As I said, this is spoiler-free for Doctor Sleep. Whew, super pumped for the movie. I couldn't wait to see it. I ordered the tickets weeks ago so I could see the early viewing, so I could have this video out for you before the movie comes out. So maybe that might sway some of you to watch it or don't watch it. For preparation of the movie, I actually read both of the books of The Shining and the Doctor Sleep. I didn't do that for the sake of seeing the differences. I did it because it looked like a really good idea to do. There was differences, yes. If you guys have read Doctor Sleep, they have altered some things. Not huge, big details, but they are noticeable, and the ending is different, right? The director, Mike Flanagan, actually had some different jobs he had to incorporate. His job was to take Stephen King's Doctor Sleep, bring it into the movie, but at the same time still factor in Stanley Kubrick's The Shining into the movie because a good majority of fans know that movie. So he couldn't really leave them out. So he took that, incorporated that, and at the same time try to fix what Kubrick didn't do correctly. Stephen King many times had said he hated the movie due to the fact of they didn't give him his proper vision of what the book was supposed to represent, right? I watch a lot of interviews, I watch a lot of things before a movie comes out, and the director made up a good point. When you translate Stephen King's characters, the one thing you always want to keep in mind is the humanity of the characters as well as the story, right? And that's one thing, when he said that, I thought about the difference between the Shining book and movie, and it's totally right? The book is way different from what the movie was. And Jack Torrance's character is deeper than what you've seen from Jack Nicholson. Not putting anything against Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson did phenomenal. I love the movie. But that is one big thing that the book had that the movie didn't. And that was humanity for Jack Torrance. The dynamic between Danny and his dad is deeper in the book than it was in the movie. And Doctor Sleep expanded that a lot. Because a small breakdown of what Doctor Sleep was. Doctor Sleep is about Danny Torrance as an adult, becoming his own, battling alcohol abuse, recovering himself, and running into this little girl named Abra, who also has the shine, as he was taught by from Dick Halloran from The Shining, and she's super strong. She actually finds a group of people called the True Knot who are like vampires and suck people for their steam. And people who shine have the brightest and biggest steam, and it fills them up. So they're a group of shine looking for shine to kill shine and eat shine. So she wants to stop them, and she needs, of course, the help from Danny, who also has the shine. That's the basics, right? It's not so much of a sequel to Shining. It's more of a kind of like a spin-off or a new story featuring Danny. Even though Shining related heavy on Danny in the book, Doctor Sleep is predominantly Danny, right? So I went into this movie knowing that they're going to change the stuff from the book and the movie. How much of it, I wasn't sure. But after watching it, they did. I wasn't too mad. There was a couple things I would have done differently, but I wasn't upset because it wasn't a super major thing. He still kept the basics. The main thing that he changed was the difference of the ending. Going into this, I knew he was going to incorporate Stanley Kubrick. So if you guys, spoiler, this is the only spoiler I'm going to give out. The Shining movie, Jack dies in the maze outside the hotel. In the book, the hotel blows up. So you guys seen it from the trailer. He does go back to the Overlook, the hotel. And that was one of the things he had to incorporate. Because a lot of people know the Shining movie. Not many people read the book. So he has to please a little bit of both. Overall, he's going to have haters, right? So my girlfriend read both the book and saw the movie. and read Dr. Sleep as well. So she went into it expecting page by page. Reading comics and watching their movies, you learn. Don't ever expect page by page, because it doesn't always happen that way. Of course, there's a lot of exceptions. There's a lot of other ones that do tend to stick page by page, like Shazam did a great job with that. But even then, that was altered. So I'm already used to it. Her, not so much. I don't think she got the proper viewing because of how much she tried to relate the book to the movie. But the movie overall, she told me to be biased and unbiased. My bias would actually make me dislike the movie a little bit more because of the changes. The unbiased, I loved it. I liked it a lot. I loved the story of what they told about Danny Torrance. They showed him a lot of emotions, and he's deeper than what the shine is, and he uses the shine eventually to help this little girl out. And I liked it a lot. The change that they made, well, actually, some was really good and stuck very well. I'll expand that more on the spoiler review, but on spoiler free, I'm gonna keep it open. It was about 2 hours and some change, a little bit more, and it flowed nice. There was a couple small parts, but the small parts was more for storytelling purposes and get a good idea of what the setting is. But they had a good flow. When he goes back to the Overlook, that was actually one of my favorite parts of the movie. And the director didn't rely so much on the success of Stanley Kubrick's Shining to make this one. He incorporated a lot of factors, and he didn't change much from the book. From the movie, I mean. And he was able to fix some of the stuff that Stanley Kubrick didn't fix or didn't do correctly. So I appreciated that as well. Overall, this movie was a hit. I recommend a lot of people to watch it. The flow was good. There were some action parts. The dialogue was pretty good between each character. You get a feel for each one in their own way. The major characters shine the most, obviously. I see what I did there. And it did its job. One main thing, the book is gritty. If you ever read a Stephen King book, he tends to bend the envelope as much as possible as far as visuals. And some of the content in today's society, I didn't think would make it in the movie because everybody got to please the general audience. But they was able to put one of the major scenes from the book that I was like, oh, I hope it makes it. Even though people are sensitive these days, it still made it. And they made it a good way where people won't be too cringy about it, but you still get the idea. And I think that was important. They dated the movie as much as possible. The book was written back in 2014, so this is 5 years later. A lot progressed, and they made changes from then till now. And Stephen King himself actually read the script to Dr. Sleep and liked it a lot. And for him to like something that related to the Stanley Kubrick's version is phenomenal, shocking, because how much he hated it. So to see somebody get something done right for that was good, right? If you guys read the book, you may or may not like it, because I don't know how much of the you're expecting, but the concept of the book is put in the movie. If you've seen the Shining movie, hasn't read any of the books, you will like this a lot. The general audience will like this, and I think that was what they're aiming for, pleasing the general audience, because they can't just please one type of people; they gotta please all the people. Overall, great movie. I think the story of Danny Torrance is one that can be told in different ways, and the director did a good job with picking the correct stuff from the book and the correct stuff from Stanley Kubrick and making it in here. Overall, I do recommend it. If you guys are a horror movie fanatic, I think you'll enjoy this. This isn't your typical horror movie that you see today, like with jump scares. This is more like a creepy vibe almost, or chill. It's kind of creepy, like, gives you like little goosebumps from time to time, because it's very realistic. And even though they involve people who could read minds and get into minds and talk to people telepathically, and the little girl has like telekinesis. So, but it still feels real. And I think that's what they did a good job with, is making it as you get into it. You get into it. And Stephen King's stories, period, you get into them. Overall, like I said, go check it out for yourself. It does come out in about a week, so you guys have time. Check out some other reviews. Maybe you didn't like mine, but maybe somebody else might say something that might get you to watch it. My only gripe about it was some of the changes that I would have stuck with from the book was taken out. And some of the slow parts, I would add a little bit more from the book to fill it in a little better, so that way it doesn't seem too slow. And that was my main thing. Tell me what you guys thought if you did watch it, or if you're going to watch it. Let me know in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for notification. Thank you again for watching. The Shining. Wow. Great movie. One of my favorites horror movies of all time, period. And Dr. Sleep. Wow. Another one. But I have other reviews as well, so why don't you go check them out, and also something that YouTube recommends. And don't forget to subscribe, because I'm a cool guy. Why not? Thanks again.